Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, whatever time it is. And today we're going to be doing part 2 of the Rank Tanks build. This is in Scratch, so be sure to open up your Rank Tanks build. So, today we're going to be covering the missile physics and how they're going to work. So the missiles are basically the enemies. They'll be coming from the top of the screen, and we have to shoot them down before they get to the other side. So I made yesterday. I made every all my videos so that you can comment on it. So if you have any advice, if just share your thoughts about my videos, because I want to make my videos as good as possible so that you guys can enjoy them. So be sure to like and subscribe and ding that bell so you don't miss out on any other Rank Tanks build. And so yesterday we covered the tank physics. So let's check it out. So this is what we have. So if we move around, we have the tank can move around. And if we use WASD, we have tank physics that actually are accurate. And then if we... Oh, something's wrong here. Okay. So, never mind. So when you're doing these, so then you have to keep on spamming the left click, primary click button so that you can shoot these. So, yeah. The link to the first part will be in the description. So, let's get right into it. So, we're gonna build a new costume. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. No, thank you. No, thank you. We're gonna make a new sprite. Sorry. Alright, there you go. And we're gonna call this missiles. Yeah, that's something good. So let's zoom in and make these. We're gonna make these look kind of like atomic bombs. So I'm gonna make these let's make them red just to make them pop out a little bit more. So then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna make a square. So, oh, that's a little bit too big. So we also want plenty to come, so this will be a good size. So we're gonna make these edges round so that we can get the atomic bomb shape. So it kind of looks like this, and just kind of stretch it out a bit more. Actually, it's better if I did this with a circle, so let's just do that instead. Alright, there you go. Much better. Alright. So get pointed here and pointed here. And kind of... Oh yeah, that looks nice. So now we're just going to make that a bit smaller so that they look better on the screen. And we're gonna make a square just to add the other part, like the tail. So there and there. So this looks much like so this is our missiles, and we're gonna add a second costume, which is when they explode. So these explosions happen when you take them down, but we're also gonna add physics so that the tank also has its own certain amount of health, so that if a missile explodes too close to the player and the explosion radius gets within the player will get damaged. So this is probably what our missiles are gonna look like. I mean, it could look a bit better, but at least it's an attempt. So of course, we're gonna have to make these point in direction 90. And there we go. So now we're gonna call this shoot. And then if we duplicate this, we're gonna call this explode. Sorry. Okay. So now for explode, we're gonna add some effects like this. So we'll make it kind of fly off. And then from the inside, there's gonna be like an explosion. So we're gonna do that. And send this to the back layer so we can see. So that looks pretty nice. So now we're gonna add some points. Just gonna add some randoms. And then get this pointed, and then something here. So now we can make some like explosions. So this is kind of what they look like. This is just my attempt. They could look much, much better. And then kind of do something here. So I believe that this is a beautiful explosion. And there we go. So now we're gonna copy this. We're gonna make this smaller. Actually make it still a bit more small. A bit smaller, sorry. Okay, so now we're gonna make this orange. We're gonna send this back layer and then forward one. So then we have this, and then we're gonna duplicate it one more time. Send it to the backward layer. Alright, there we go, and we're gonna still make it a bit smaller. And then we're gonna make this yellow. And it can still be smaller. And then we're gonna add a core of white. So for that, we're just gonna do a circle. And then we might just reform it a little to make it look a bit more like, you know, like, yeah, you know what I mean, so. Actually, no, not like that. Yeah, that looks good. So now we're gonna send this to the back layer, click forward. And actually, we might move this a little like this, and then rotate this to the same direction again. So yeah, this looks so this is the explosion. So now this is what it looks like, and then if it explodes, it's gonna look like that. So now we're gonna add the physics to this. So we're gonna make this kind of start like the bullets that we had. When flag clicked, hide. And then it's gonna always do this. It's going to wait a random amount of seconds. So let's say, sorry, no, we have to get a pick random block. Let's say 0.1 to 1.2. So now it's gonna be a 1.1 like thing, so the maximum it can get up to 1.2. So, all right. So then we're gonna make it so that it creates a clone of itself. When I start as a clone, now we want to see the maximum Y position that it can ever go to. So we're just gonna spam that because it's coming from the top, right? So let's see, 187. So go to 187. Now we want to see the most like positive X position, 248, and then the most negative, like enter, 249, and then let's just check that again because I don't remember what it said. Yeah, so 248 to negative 249. Pick random. Actually, no, we need to make it a bit more of a thinner radius because this is not gonna like look good. So let's make it more like 225 to negative 225. Now we're gonna make this so that it has to show. And we're not gonna dictate its layer or anything. So now, just a second. All right, there we go. So now we're going to check what do you call them? we're gonna make it so that it's gonna start kind of raining in from the sky. So we're gonna have to make it point in direction. Point in the direction, this direction, 180, and then repeat until touching. So we're gonna put an OR block, touching edge, touching bullets, or touching edge. And so then we're going to make it constantly go in some position. So move, let's make it a bit slow. Oh, sorry. Here, make it like, let's say 2 steps. And then, oh yeah, and we also have to set this so that the costume is default to shoot. And then once it hits a bullet or the edge, we're going to go to so repeat until switch costume to explode. Oh yeah, actually, let's make it look like it shrinks into the distance, so we're gonna add that. So repeat 10 times. Hide. Repeat 10 times. Change size by -10. And then delete this clone. So now we'll also have to make it so that the bullets disappear when if they touch something. So then we're just gonna put this to missiles. So let's look at what we have so far. Oh yeah, okay, I see what happened here. So it's already touching the edge, right? So obviously it would just explode. And let's also reduce, so let's make it 100 times and make it -1, just so that it takes a bit more time. So this is the very top Y. So what if happens if we set it to 160? It's 160. Now let's see. Yeah, they're still exploding. So maybe 155. Oh, not that. 155. Okay, now they're working, but now let's see. Can we shoot them down? It's a question. Seems like they're spawning a bit too often, probably because I set it so that it can do 0.1. So what if we did 0.5, and we can make them a bit slower. And maybe if we, when they explode, we can add them so that they like rotate. Let's do 5. Let's actually set this to a random so that it does like this. Pick random 5 to 10 degrees. So now let's see what this looks like. So let's shoot. Yeah, that looks really good. So the idea is to shoot them before they get to the ground. But it still seems like we're shooting a bit slow, so let's increase the repetitiveness. So let's set this to 0.6. So that's pretty much covers the missiles. But of course you have to make it so that if an explosion if a clone touches the player, it'll explode. Oh yeah, so we're gonna duplicate this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So we're gonna put in double OR, touching bullets, touching edge, or touching player, tank base, because it's gonna touch the tank base, explode when I start as a clone. If touching tank base, now we're gonna have to create a variable called tank durability, because health doesn't seem like very accurate. So we're gonna call that tank durability, and obviously we're gonna go to so for me, I personally like to set the variables in the background so you can put everything in that instead of scattering them all around. So tank durability will probably be 100, because that's typically like the max health sort of thing. So if touching tank base, then change tank durability by -2. So basically have 50 health if you get hit. So then we'll obviously have to do this thing here. So let's try it out. Okay, looks like something happened here. So yes, there's a glitch there, but so what happens if I shoot it? So what happens if I touch it? My health isn't going down. Wait. So does it activate? Oh yeah. There we go. So we have to set it forever, otherwise it's only going to run it once. So it's like, oh, I'm not touching it, so I'm just going to stop doing I'm going to stop working and I'm going to die. So I'm going to have to set it so that it does the same thing here. Alright, let's see. What we got? What have we got? So what happens if something touches us then? Right? Boom. See? Now we can see that our health is actually going down. And actually, since it's kind of like it's kind of generic that it's only going one direction, so we'll make it so that I can also go the other direction. So what we're actually going to do is going to do an if-else, copy this, pull this out, take this here, if, I'm going to do a pick random, put a pick random here, pick random 0 to 1 equals 0, then do this. Else, go the other direction, turn the other direction, and then we're also going to have to duplicate this. So we're going to put this here. Oh, we don't have enough space. Here we go. So now when I start as a clone, then we'll do forever. So now let's see. How does it work? Oh yeah, there we go. So if we do this, so then we're gonna have to copy this, because otherwise it's just gonna end up exploding and it's not gonna be very it's not gonna result in things good. So now sometimes it will go the opposite direction. And it looks like sometimes, I don't know if it's just the lag. Yeah, it's probably the lag because I'm using like QuickTime or something. But But otherwise, yeah, that pretty much covers it for this episode. And actually, I noticed that they're still there. They disappear after some time. So you're still losing health. So, but actually, when it explodes, we're actually gonna make it so that it doesn't do the touching bullets. We're gonna just quickly add the points now. So, as a final thing for this. So we're gonna do this forever, start as a clone. If touching the bullets, then change, and then we're gonna make a new variable called gold. We're gonna change gold by 1, and then yeah, and then we're gonna have to delete this clone. So let's see what happens. So let's see your gold. So if we shoot this dude, yep, we get gold. Oh yeah, sorry. So it seems like we're repeating the same code over and over again. So we're just gonna do we're gonna make a block called boom effect. Then we're gonna run that, and then we're just gonna put this code right here. So then we can just take away all this code and just instead put boom effect. There we go. And we can also do boom effect here. So now, oh yeah, and we'll also have to set the gold back to 0 so that it doesn't. So now, we'll be able to shoot all these, and we're getting gold from them. So that pretty much covers it for this video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you found this helpful. And so this is just the missiles. Tomorrow we'll probably like work on I don't know, probably the I don't know, it's like probably just I might take a break from rank tanks for a bit because I might just like I don't know, but next time we're gonna make the shop. So like the next one, it's probably not gonna be tomorrow because I'll have to do some mental preparation. But we're going to build. It's probably gonna be the longest episode because we're gonna make the shop. We're going to make the shop, and we're gonna make all the other types of tanks and bullets. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.